Yes, welcome back to this tutorial. My name is still Damian Sserunkuma, and I am going to look at how to model, carrying on a simple modeling with a Blender. It's quite easy, and we're going to look at it step by step. So I'm going to give room for this entire tutorial to specifically focus on the 3D world and how it's manipulated. So I'm going to swap back to my defaults of loading factory settings so that I get rid of what I customized. Okay, so I have that. So in this tutorial, I'm going to look at how to come up with a simple model. Coming up with a simple model is quite easy. All I need to do is to identify what I want to model. So we're going to come up with an African hut using or an African village using just shapes that we already know how to add. So I'm just going to get rid of the camera. So I'm selecting the camera and press the delete key on your keyboard. Select the light, delete, and select this other object and delete. So my cursor is at location of 000. Where I get the 00 from is at this point. So when you select this location, is at the center point of your entire 3D. That's where you have the 000 coming from. All right. Okay, so I want to add my base of my hut at that point. Okay, so I'll add mesh and select a sphere or cylinder. Not sphere, but we are interested in a cylinder. So the cylinder, once you add the cylinder, before you click at any other point outside, you realize that it has added for you an additional control of how this cylinder is going to be treated. Click at it. Increase this figure evenly. You are taking an even point. So evenly, I'll select 64 vertices. So what we call a vertex, we are going to look at that. So for now, enter 64 and press enter. Okay, so it's going to kind of like smoothen things up. The higher the figure, the better. However, you'll be a little slowing down your computer. All right, because the computer will be tasked so much to do all those calculations. So click at outside, click at any other place, and then I want to be able to move this object to really see it in the 3D world. Otherwise, here it looks as if it has protruded outside. So we shall just move this, select it and select the movement and move it up so that it rests on top of those that mesh. Okay, all right, so we have our sphere, and now we want also to scale this sphere up, the cylinder up. So I select S to scale it and move the mouse, scale it like that, and then still it is going all low, and then move it up. Okay, alternatively, you can as well swap from different views, and then I'll select the front. Okay, so I go to the front view and select, you even provided these numerical pads, so you just need to get used on how to use the numerical pads. It will be handy for you. So I need to select the front so that I swap and I look at it really at the front as in how to enter the house at the front door. Okay, so on top of this, normally a hut will have something like a roof, and this roof is kind of like carved. It looks like a triangle. All shapes in this world, all objects are they have shapes, and there are basic shapes that you can adapt to create such. So you can choose to use that. Let's this time learn how to use the shortcut menu. Press letter A, Shift A, so it will give you the shortcut menu, and in the shortcut menu have this selected, mesh, and then select your cone. The cone is there, and place it on top of your cylinder, then scale it up. Okay, so in the end you have just created yourself a hat. Okay, like that. You can scale it more than that and scale it down in the Z axis. So you press SZ and then scale it down, move it on top. Okay, so make this base a little. Alternatively, let's make this top one, scale it a little in, and then we bring this one in. You lower it, but make sure that you don't overdo it to have that kind of effect, or just bring it down to that level. So our hat, basic hat is done. All right, and we'll just need to duplicate, have kind of like or we'll create let's first create a door, a simple door. So shape, add, and then I'm interested in this. All right, cube. Okay, I'm pressing number pad 1, and number pad 3 will take me to the right side. So I'll just need to, let me just do it this way. Bring it out and then scale it. Okay, like that, and then scale it to this level. This time around, let me just push it back in like that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have a basic hat. There we are, a simple model of a hat. So how do we duplicate? Duplication is also easy. You can choose to right click and select duplicate objects. You are duplicating what you have selected. Okay, so duplicate objects, or you press Shift D. So when I duplicate, I have already another duplicate for myself. I just need to bring it down to create some kind of like a window, and then rotate it. These are things that we have already learned how to do. So we are building our project slowly but surely. Okay, so I'm moving it in to flush or to touch the edge of my, so there, and then I rotate. Okay, so I'm moving it this side and then pulling it back, and I rotate again. Oops. Okay, so I pull it up. All right, so at least my hat has a window, though it is not well fitted, so I need to pull it a little backwards. All right, so there I have myself a hat. Can I put a ground floor? So I'm adding my floor. So add mesh, and then select a cube, and then squeeze it down, scale it down, and then I'm pressing S to simply scale it, and then scale it down a little. Okay, and there I have myself a hat. It's a simple heart. This is a simple model. So to better get better results, you can choose to select individual shapes. Select the shift key, hold it, and then select the window, select the base, and then select the top. Then let us group them. Right click and select group or join. So it is now one. So when I duplicate, so shift D to duplicate, press enter, so that the duplicate is there, but it's in the same position where the original was. So I'm selecting and I'm duplicating my hat like that. Okay, so normally in Africa we have these hats facing each other. Okay, so you're going to just rotate this. Alright, there, and this one, select it and then rotate it there. Then we shall have kind of like a shift, press the shift key. I also select this one, then I duplicate again, shift D to duplicate, press enter, don't move until you have pressed enter. Then placing this there. Oh, very nice. So I'm going to rotate, select this and rotate it in Z, rotate the Z so that it faces the other side. Should not go too much. So I bring it back in. I have this, so I also bring it this side. Very nice. Okay, so if we have a homestead like this, can decide to space things up. Let's put it that way. Select this and put it this way. Select that and push it a little there to kind of create an even something that is kind of distributed. And it's just a matter of knowing what you're going to do and possibly having a guide. So we're going to add some other shape, and this is it. And this is going to have like a grass area. So I'm going to squeeze it in. I'm going to scale it down like that, and then scale it, S to scale. Okay, and then squeeze it down, and then this will be kind of like our grass, and then bring it down. All right, there, it's going to be right in the middle, okay, of all the families to enjoy the same grass. Okay, there we are. All right, so the rest of yeah, it looks simple. It's just a matter of knowing what you're going to do. The next stage is to ensure that it's better to rename this. Okay, give like this. You would double click to it, just double click at it, and then change this name to, I'm giving it grass, and then selecting the second one, which is the environment or the ground, press enter. Then this other corn, this is hat 1. Okay, so double clicking it, this is hat 1, and then corn 2, double click, this is hat 2, and the original, which is hat 3. Then the first one, which is hat 4. Oops, sorry. This is hat 4. Now you'll notice something here. The hat has disappeared. It was originally there, but it has disappeared. This is because I've kind of pressed this visibility. When you click at the visibility, it comes back. But if you don't want things to be visible, you can decide to hide them by checking that, and it just disappears. So I'll have the ground comes back. I have the grass comes back, and then just need to click and things keep on appearing. Okay, that is our simple model. So now let's save. So click file and then select save as. So you just need to always to ensure that you save copies of your models. Otherwise, if you don't, the system might crash and you kind of lose everything. So I'm saving to Blender projects, and I'm calling it African Village, then model 2. Okay, so I'm calling this model 2, 4 hearts, and click at when you click outside, it adds for you the extension, which is blend. Okay, so I'm clicking that and selecting save. So it has saved my work. If you have learned something, please consider subscribing to my channel. Click the notification button and click at that bell to get notifications. Hope that you've learned something out of this tutorial. Hope to see you in the next chapter.